Ladies and gentlemen, have I got a vlog for you today. We're all the way up here in Kintore, Ontario, just a little bit east of London, Ontario. And well, I have an appreciation for old things, antiques, oddities, you name it. And today, we're gonna go on and have us a look around. Hey y'all, what's going on? Random Andrew. Like I said, coming at you from Kintore, Ontario. We are here to see McRatterson's, oddities, and antiques. It's starting to rain a little bit, so we're gonna mask up, head on inside, and you guys are about to see some amazing stuff. Stay tuned. Special message at the end of the video, and I think you guys are gonna like what you're about to see. Stay tuned. So we're actually starting from the back of the store here. And I'm hoping the copyright music doesn't get the audio pulled. If it does, we're gonna have to try and do something about that, maybe blend in some extra stuff. But they've got a bit of everything. A bit of the old, a bit of the creepy, a little bit of everything. Something for everyone to see. So we're gonna make our way around to the front of the store. Jack Skellington. We're gonna make our way around to the front of the store. Have a look at what all they have in here. And like I said, it's a good mix of everything. And you can go around in here probably 5 or 6 times and not see everything. And it's just, like I said, there's a lot to see. So we may end up having to do this over time in a couple trips, a couple of visits. I'll sneak through there. All right, here we are, starting at the front of the store. License plates. Love old license plates. So, first thing you see when you come in, right off the start, is a couple of skulls. Giant skulls. But look at the wagon they got them sitting there. That's classic. Now, I won't be able to show you every single little thing, but I'm going to try and show you some of the eye-catching pieces. Railroad spikes. Found a lot of those over the years growing up at St. Thomas, being the railroad capital of Canada for the longest time. Everybody who likes the old shop stuff, old containers, old cans. I wish I could 3D print and get these old colors and old labels into all the shop accessories. And signage, they've got signage. Growing up with my mom being who she is, always had an appreciation for old signs. And look what I just found. I didn't even see these the first time. Police siren works. 6-volt siren works. I want one so bad. So like I said, hopefully the music, we don't have any copyright issues, but it's very fitting. Worst case scenario, you know, I'll dub in some music over. So if you hear music overlapping music in the background, it helps to break up that algorithm and not get the audio yanked. Just have a look, guys. And when's the last time you've seen an oil can like that? Old tools? You want old tools? I got old tools. The size of that pipe wrench. Some big pipes. And I know those are ornaments off of, does it say? A 54 Chev hood ornament. Sometimes you only see that kind of stuff at special swap meets, specialized swap meets. Even my sister's here with us. My mom's here with us today. This is right up our alley, so we all gotta be here. Vincent Van Goose. And a little bit of taxidermy going on too. Including one fur-bearing trout. This is my first time seeing a fur-bearing trout in actual person. And then above it, they got a plaque. And another one for record-sized fishes from French River. You guys know I have an affiliation with the French River. It's where I would spend the rest of my life if I could. And the people who run the store, they have association with French River themselves. So that's cool to find that connection. And would you have a look at this guy? Looks a little fried. That is crazy. Isn't that so cool? And I guess, because there's a button here and it says fry me, but I don't know if they have it plugged in. And during these COVID times, it's best just not to touch if you don't have to. Like, it's hard to say, what should I show you guys first? You like your old cast iron or all metal Tonka toys? I've seen a few of them here as well. Some old rad coolant, collectible glasses, Coca-Cola stuff, and farm equipments. So, it's my first time filming through an oddity shop quite like this. Yeah, that guy's pretty cool. Look at him. I might have to grab him. Egyptian pieces. And there's more of these cast skulls up here. Owls. The Parliament building. I remember seeing a lot of these kind of pictures growing up. You don't really see them so much anymore, so technically I guess it'd be like an antique now. A little bit of something for everybody. Catches my eye. Now there's a couple of pieces that you won't see because I've already purchased them and put them out in the car. But if I remember by the end of the video, I will put them in here. They actually even got a wall. It's got these different plaques and they all have autographs to do with the content in the picture. So, for example, Wednesday Addams, the original Wednesday, autographed by the girl who played her. Pepper, probably autographed by the woman who played her. And then of course, the Dukes, and you see all the different actors up top, and they've got the autographs for it looks like every single one. That's pretty wild. For a Dukes fan, that would be a heck of a find. And now some of you younger folks might not recognize this, but to me, this reminds me of the old restaurants where you'd sit at the booth, you'd put your coins in and play the song, you'll play your song on your own booth. And just look at the picture from what Nirvana album is that. If you know, let me know in the comments section down below. And cameras. Familiar with a great deal of these style of cameras right here because Mom collected cameras. She probably still has about 6 boxes. Cameras, projectors, old editing equipment. So like I said, there's a little bit of everything. And I've often thought about going straight razor for shaving. What do you guys think? Buy an antique and make it a regular used item? Could you do it? Rather than using all these new 5-blade technology, go to 1 blade. Now here's something. Jacob's ladder. If you don't know what one is, I really suggest to Google it. And you won't be sorry. They're pretty impressive, especially if you're there seeing it in person and feeling the electrical discharge. Clocks, look at all the old clocks. Okay, this shot right here should remind you of the beginning of Back to the Future. Actually, I think these are timers. Tape measure clock. No, they're 1930s tape measure clocks. I'm gonna have to Google that because I have no idea what it would be used for. Nice old stamp. Collectibles from all over, like this looks like something you could get when you went to New York to the Statue of Liberty, Empire State. Alright, on with the tour. Want to buy an old doctor's bag? elephant hide luggage. Wow. And I don't know what this is. Let me see. Jet cow analyzer operation. Thermocouple system. Exhaust gas temperature system function check. Oh, this is for troubleshooting old aircraft. Like it's an old aircraft. Troubleshooting equipment. That's a heck of a piece right there. Is it Kissed ginger ale? Have you ever drank a bottle of Kissed ginger ale? Or how about Woodlong? Stubbies. You don't see them anymore either. Of course, VHS. This makes me feel old, but VHS are now considered an antique. Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. Sounds like a good evening to me. And a yardstick. These were in every classroom at one point in time. Now, do they still use rulers, or do they just do it on a phone? And if you look, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's a skull in there. That is awesome. You like deep sea diving stuff? And look at all this. It's got this all up top here, and a little valve. Cool. See, I've already walked through here once, and there's several things that I did not see on my first walkthrough. Need a sombrero? They've got you covered. And the old cleaning and medical bottles, old first aid kits. Wow. You guys have no idea what you're missing if you did not know about McRatterson's. They've got a lot of different things in here. Like you couldn't put one genre on anything. But that's the beauty of it. Into the study of phrenology. That's a piece of medical history right there. You study the brain by the shape of the skull. It can tell you so much about you by a bump on your head. We're not going to get into what those are all about. These are kind of cool. Singer drawers. A lot of the stuff I couldn't tell you what half of it's for or what half of it does. But when you talk to the owners in there, they know the history and the uses of a lot of these things. They could let you know, they could tell you. Anesthesia ventilator. Wow. Would you look at that? Oh, we got another creepy Jesus. You always see those around. Pretty soon it'll be a thing of the past. Seeing stuff like this. But, you know, to each their own belief. I'm not putting it down or nothing. I'm just saying, times change. Oh, look at these. That's pretty cool. I mean, creepy in a way, but creepy cool. We saw this briefly on the way in. That is so cool. Handmade too. One of a kind. You won't see that anywhere else. I think we're missing a whole bunch of stuff behind us, so I'll have to turn around and go over that again. Another style of doctor's bag. Oh, geez, that's an old first aid, teaching first aid dolls. And that is the definition of creepy right there. It's a bunch of mouths. I didn't see that before. Low roll. Crime scene keepsakes. Never heard of that one before. And more doll creepiness. See, some people find Raggedy Andy dolls and stuff like that creepy. No, they haven't seen that and that or those yet. Still cool though. Lots of little collectibles. Grandmas of a certain era used to have a ton of this kind of stuff. Oh wow, what is this? This is a musical instrument, but I do not. It's an auto harp, I think. Yeah, it says right there. It's not just an auto harp. It's an old auto harp, but it looks like it's in great shape. Has its case and everything. Wow. When you only have to mix a little bit of stuff. Alrighty, well, we're gonna keep moving along here. Quick view of what's on this shelf. Because a lot of it, well, you know, it's kind of random. Kind of like me. Get your Senka coffee. Maxwell. And I love the look of the old time, what would you call this? Cupboard keepings. Right? Yeah. Is that Shirley Temple, maybe? I hear my mom in the background bragging me up. Elvira. Everybody loves Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And posters and posters and posters. I didn't even notice that up there. A great variety of posters. And here is one of McRatterson's wonderful shopkeepers right here. I'm gonna show these. Actually, I hadn't shown you guys these yet. Count freaking Dracula. That is awesome. And freshly made. So you call that a witch's? Oh, a witch duck, not a witch's duck. He says, "Help me." That is so cool. And she was showing me this earlier. It actually opens right up. She makes these herself. These are handmade. And that being the case, not one is going to be like another. Have you ever had a need for a two-headed duck? A rat on display. There's a little bit of everything. Even these old phones. Okay, the youth of today might eventually figure this one out. But if you're all stuck to having to use this, there's a whole generation that isn't making phone calls anymore. And you definitely are not texting. We had to go back to that. It could solve a lot. Oh, look at that old Target too. A tin shooting game. This is classic. Wow. When we used to make stuff out of metal, you know, instead of plastic this, plastic that. Me now being into 3D printing, right? Yeah. That's a cool piece right there. It's a game. See, it's like one of those shaker games. You gotta move the thing from here. And it's the first transatlantic flights, I do believe. Lindy, Chamberlain, and Bird all to get to Paris. From New York. Wow. Alrighty, so I guess we'll kind of come around this side here.
But back when she was doing them, they were older guns vibrated on, like over 20 years ago.
More old cameras. Check this out. Mom had a lot of these actually. The one's most recognizable is the brownie, the Hawkeye brownie, the older brownies. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I didn't even see the puffer fish on our way past here the first 2 times. Wow, those are awesome. Oh really? Having ribs tonight, are you? And this here, okay. I definitely gotta show you what's in this cabinet, guys. A powder horn. We've got the old tin toy trains. Like I said, everything's plastic nowadays. The whole era, there was a whole era. Everything like this was made of tin and light metals.
There is one over there. Is there? It's for sale.
Oh, first for sale.
If you look
All kinds of old medical equipment, old medical syringes. Eee, those things scare me. They kind of give me the heebie-jeebies. Look at that. Like I said, old Oh, there you go. Knee bone's connected to hopefully the leg bone. Alrighty. Well, we're almost done our first quick tour.
But I've always wanted one for a regular
Deformed snake.
artist or oddities collector. Thought it'd be right up my alley.
Piranha.
$270. I didn't charge.
Old shavers. Old blades for your shavers. What? Like, where do you even, other than here, where do you even find stuff like that?
I'm gonna have to take a look at it.
And again, at that exact same note, fortune-telling fish. Definitely hit like if you've ever used a fortune-telling fish.
Hats off to the maker.
Oh,
I'll have to do,
don't worry, that's not my pet snake.
Okay, we don't do Visa. We only do straight cash. Okay, well, I play it at every kitchen kale we had.
Oh, we had them as kids too. We just weren't going.
Yep.
A working old radio. That's pretty awesome right there. Now I know there's probably a heck of a lot that I'm missing on this tour, not showing, but we are going to be back. I have a feeling quite a few times. Wow, look at the old Daisy pellets case. That's incredible. Very cool.
I know.
Even a World War II flare gun. Now, I did not know that that was what a turtle's skull looks like. Does that not look like baby dragons? Well, I think I'm gonna wrap up the first walkthrough tour today. One way I can guarantee you folks, if you want to see everything that I've missed, that I did not show here in this tour, come on out to Kintour, just east of London. McRatterson's, I'm gonna throw up their information right here, so if you wanna call, book an appointment to come in for a tour and check things out, talk to the owners, they can tell you so much more than I possibly ever could. Or if you're looking for something specific, come in, talk to these guys, give them a call, check it out. You'll see the things I didn't show this video, but we will be back. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Don't forget, click like, subscribe, share the video, get it around, let people know that this place is here. Because I just found out about it last week and we came here ASAP. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you again soon.